Okay, so this is a slightly different video. Of course, in the last few months we had this forced break, and so I went back into doing a bit of production, a bit of writing, and also I've updated some of the plugins and stuff that I use to record. This is obviously Reaper, and also I've tried to I bought some plugins, and then I tried to find some other stuff online that was obviously free and a bit unusual, just to get different flavors. And these are some plugins that I found that are not the usual ones that are always because always the best ones are out there. Everybody knows where they are, the best free plugins, VSTs. And I wanted to find something that is slightly unusual, but still I do use, and I find it's quite useful to really improves your sound. So some of these are quite old, some are 32-bit, and some are VST Windows only. So you'll have to find whichever works for you, so to speak. All right, so the first one is this Hymb Drive, and it's a multi-band saturation. Obviously, you can pick whichever band you want to, where it splits between the low and the high. And obviously, this is a 3-band with a clips over limiter. And it has different functions, like different types of saturation, but this is just on a drum groove. And turn it up a bit. So I feel this really opens up the sound, especially because it has this this wide. I don't know if it's something to do with the cue or an actual spatial widening, but it's quite effective. I don't know if it comes through in the video. So next one is another saturation plugin. This probably has the worst interface I've ever seen in my life, but it actually sounds really good. And it has these obviously 3-band EQ and 3-band saturation, again, that you can mix in. So again, same thing. This is the top end. This is particularly good on the master bus. I feel that when I do some mixes, this seems to fix everything, which is great. Again, another one. This is the kind of like a channel strip, so to speak, and it has a resonant filters. I'm not sure what this is, because some of these obviously come without any instruction, but it's a really good saturation and a 3-band EQ again. So some kind of widening. That was that one. Then this is actually one of the most useful ones because it's very practical. If you want to do like a very quick mix, this is a tone booster. It comes with you know, there are some of the plugins that are paid for, and they're great, by the way. And this comes in one. I think they have like a 3 plugin bundle that has like a multi-band compressor and a couple of other things. And this is great because it's a very visual XYZ kind of no, that's probably not, because that's obviously it would be 3-dimension. This is just a 2-dimensional, but it's very intuitive. That's what I mean. Yeah, if you want to do a very, very, very quick mix, you can just put this in on any channel that needs EQ in it. It's really good. It's actually really, really good. Seems something that you wouldn't maybe use for fixing things, but this is great. Very quickly, this is obviously a tape emulation. A bit subtle, I'd say, but great for the EQ in. Couple of settings. I think this is like the modern, with more top end, and this is more like a vintagey version of it. Yeah. This is probably one of the oldest plugins I've ever had, but I don't see this when they do these compression comparisons. This doesn't ever come up, and I think it's such a great compressor. Well, it has obviously bass, mids, and top end if you want to overcompress that or expand that area. Some shaping in terms of distortion or saturation. It's a big gritty, I think. Mixing, sidechain. It starts from a 3-2-1, which is, I think, is quite obviously it's not something that I would use on a mix, even though on a bus, even though some of the you know, bus glue presets, there are loads of really good presets here. So let's actually pick one for drums. Let's go for Smashed. Yeah, it's a great sound. I love this one. I've had it for ages. So this again is it's like a channel strip. Has loads of it's by this company called Samsara Cycle Audio. Again, loads of presets. I found this a bit fiddly to use because of the way that it's, you know, with these concentric bots, so to speak. I think this is something to do with the memory, like whatever you put there. But again, as I said, I found it a bit fiddly sometimes. Oh, classic. So obviously there's a compressor. And obviously this is the EQ section. Bit of resonance there. that's that one. This is a great compressor. I use it quite a bit actually, and I think more is this is more of a bus compressor, and the saturation is really good on this. I've never figured out what these two things do, but I think they kind of it's some sort of like EQ. I think this is like the top end. What's missing in this is makeup gain, because I think this is more of a mastering. See what I mean? This is some sort of EQ, and obviously this is saturation. This is really smooth. That was that one. Another compressor that I use quite a bit. This is possibly one of the compressors I've used the most recently. And again, it sounds great. I wouldn't say, one thing that I found is that these aren't very responsive, you know, in terms of gain reduction, but I'm exaggerating here a bit. This sounds great. It's very smooth. These are quite cool as well. They have like one similar to those Waves one knob thing. Maybe this is where Waves got the idea from, because these have been around for ages. Compression and saturation. This really tightens up the low end. This is Exciter, again same thing, MXA. It's really useful actually, this one, it's great. And this is some reverb. Length, obviously a mix. This last one is actually quite fun. It's basically some kind of, I wouldn't say impulse response, but it's like a simulation of if you put that signal through a turntable. Deck. City. It's awesome. It's a little radio. Tape cassette. I never run a tape cassette if there's that much noise, but guitar amp. Radio. So this one's called the Visor. Leslie. MP3 player. This is quite creative, I like this, just to get. And this actually, this separation is great. Mixing is really super fat. This is great actually. Amazing. But anyway, those were the 10 plugins. Again, HY, Hymb Drive, I don't want to, you know, destroy that last name. Hacken, I have no idea. Vst EQ, VCS, which is a channel strip, TB Easy Q, Canon Mystique, Tape Machine. This combination makes a really good, you know, really good bus compressor as well. This guy, JS Comp Shaper, CMEQ, Infinity version 2, KTC, King Tao compressor, one knob compressor, one knob exciter, one knob reverb, and a divisor. Yeah, that's it. I have yeah, that's it. Bye bye.